Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ken, and I'm your host for Wrestling is Awesome, the YouTube channel, podcast show, whatever you want to call it. We are 40 something year olds exclusively this week talking about WWE. The old Jen is in the house today. Joining me on this week's show, Neil, it's good to have you back over Femi's Wiseman. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, sir. I'm doing good. I hope everyone's doing good as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a heck of a week for WWE. So excited to talk about what's happened. Mr. HR himself, Lee, welcome back to the show. How you doing?
I'm good, my friend. I'm embracing my gimmick, and there is one particularly naughty superstar that is in my crosshairs this week.
Well, sanctions
Right.
of you. Yeah.
Thing.
Good stuff. And welcome back, Alex, to the show. How you doing, bro?
Good evening. I all of a sudden feel nervous and clammy-handed having HR sat next to me in the proverbial chat room, because these are the kind of situations I don't like to be in. But however, WWE's got good again. It's like we've come back and WWE's good again.
Exactly that. Exactly that. It's a hell of a tie-in. What a coincidence. Joining us again, who looks like maybe a regular now, we have Lolly. How you doing, Lolly?
Not too bad, thanks. How you doing?
Good to have you back on the show. So we didn't scare her off too badly. So she's come back for more. So pleasure to have you back, Lottie. Thank you so much. But before we hit our first topic, thank you very much for joining us. Whether you're watching the show on YouTube, if you are, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and that bell to get notified. And if you listen to the audio version of this podcast, make sure you hit that follow button and drop us a review. We'd really appreciate it. And if you're watching on TikTok, which I should hopefully get this video onto TikTok for this time, make sure you hit that follow as well. So there's lots to talk about in this week's show. We have SmackDown, we have Saturday Night Main Event, and we have WWE Raw. So we're not going to necessarily have any structure. We're going to go free for all. Whatever topic comes up, we'll delve into it. But let's start with the main event of Saturday night's main event, which was a fatal four-way to be the number one contender for Drew McIntyre's WWE Championship. We had Damian Priest versus Trick Williams versus Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. So first of all, let's just do a recap of predictions. Where did we go with this? Lee, who did you have?
I had Zayn. It was writing was on the wall for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Alex?
Annoyingly, I had Zayn. It's like in Mean Girls, Fetch. They're trying to make Fetch a thing, and Fetch is Sami Zayn, and I don't want Sami Zayn to be a thing. However, Triple H seems to like Fetch.
If you don't like this, you're gonna hate next year.
Yeah, Neil came up with a very interesting prediction on our live stream. And if you joined us for that, thank you very much. It was good to have you on the show. Neil, you had Sammy as well, right?
I did.
You did. And Lottie, were you the same?
No, I actually thought it was going to be Randy. There is,
Yes, that's right.
and I was wrong.
Yeah, I just presumed Sammy in his hometown would lose because that's normally the way things go, and especially when you build it up to that point. But Sammy is
Under
on one
Vince.
contender. Yeah, well, maybe that's it. There's a Vince.
That was a
thing.
Vince thing.
Yeah. So how are we feeling about Sami Zayn going to the Rumble to face Drew? Is this a filler? Is this anticipation of things to come? We know how much the Saudi crowd appreciate him. Surely Drew can't drop the title this early, right?
No, absolutely not. I did. This is the opening act of a year-long story.
Neil's prediction was he loses the Rumble, doesn't make it, and basically he's going to go on a journey to next year's Rumble, win that, and then win the championship of WrestleMania, which will be in Saudi.
So it's basically an elongated, less good version of Cena's farewell tour.
Yeah, or Jey Uso's
was
time.
actually it's more the Cody Rhodes special.
Yeah. You lose to
Yeah,
come back the next year stronger.
You lose to come back and win.
The Temu version.
What I've discovered with Sami Zayn is wildly less interesting as a babyface without Kevin Owens.
Mhm.
Well, interesting that you say that.
Go.
My full prediction was Sami Zayn would win Saturday Night Main Event. Sami Zayn would go on to the Royal Rumble. He would lose at the Royal Rumble. He would float around the title scene for the next year. During that year, Kevin Owens' recovery will take place and it will come into play and he will be recovered. And they will compete for either the World Heavyweight title or the WWE Undisputed title at WrestleMania. They will be two. So one of those two matches, one of those two title matches is going to be Sami Zayn versus most likely Kevin Owens.
Interesting. I wouldn't be mad at that. Wouldn't be mad at that at all.
But that's because Kevin Owens makes Sami Zayn
Brings
the
out the
best.
best. Yeah. No.
I would have Kevin Owens against anybody for any title at any time, but I'm bored of Sami Zayn. More bored of Sami than I am of Cody.
Okay. Any more thoughts on that fatal 4-way match? I thought it was a pretty decent match, to be fair. I thought the end from an entertainment value has some good storytelling in the ring.
I have two thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
One, I would sacrifice a couple of virgins to have Trick Williams' body. And secondly, Damian Priest needs a new gimmick.
Yeah, I agree. I thought he looked really sluggish. He didn't look in the same level as the others. And yeah, I don't find him entertaining at all. Since he's left the Judgment Day as a solo, I just haven't felt it at all.
Wasn't the
I have a-
Archer of Infamy more entertaining when he was in NXT? Wasn't he the Archer of Infamy? Was that him?
Yeah.
I thought that was quite an interesting gimmick. But
Do you know what's terrible? Do you know what my favorite match of Damian Priest is?
is it one against Dijakovic?
No. It's Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny, and that's only because of Bad Bunny intro.
Yes.
I have a question. It refers to, I'm going to put this out to the Wrestling is Awesome audience. What is a lemon pepper stepper? Trick keeps referencing.
I have no idea.
What it is, and I'm not paying for us to Google it.
Is it a white person?
No. There's in Atlanta. Well, it's not just Atlanta, but predominantly in the southern United States, but predominantly Atlanta. Chicken wings are highly popular, and lemon pepper wings are the most popular flavor.
Okay.
When you say so, when you're a lemon pepper stepper, you are the most popular. You are the creme de la creme, the top of the food chain, the best of the best.
Oh, I thought he called somebody as an insult. I don't remember him saying it. I thought it was an insult. But he'd say that to Randy.
So we just got educated. All right.
Cheers, Neil.
All right. Right. Let's move on to Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes. So they had a really good segment on SmackDown, which built up to the match. But then the match didn't take place. It all went Pete Tong. They just went on a brawl around the arena. I wasn't feeling it at the time. And even looking back at it now, I'm just like, it feels strange. It's like, well, you could have just had a street fight. I don't quite understand the purpose of this. And then for Drew to come out and take them both out, it's like you've kind of made it clear to Cody he's not in the title picture. So why are you getting back into that business? And I don't know if it's supposed to be leading up to this. Drew gets distracted, which is why eventually he loses the title because he can't focus and he's all about the personal vendettas. But I didn't understand the way that this played out. It seemed like they were protecting Cody and Fatu because they didn't want either of them to lose. So whether they're going to cost each other, like Fatu's going to cost Cody at the Rumble and maybe progress it there. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Well, for me, they kind of had a brawl at the SmackDown when they were in London. So it's just like, it kind of just repeating the same thing like a week later, pretty much. Which I was just a bit like, we need to do a bit more of this, I think.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. Anybody?
I think the whole thing is, it's a case of, right, how can we have them beat the living daylights out of each other, not be a match, and therefore we don't have to sacrifice either of them to lose? Because at the moment you can't have, you say you can't, well, WWE can't have either of them lose. I think you can have Cody lose.
Yeah.
I think Cody's in a prime position where, unlike any other time he's been on the roster, that he can actually lose now and it doesn't hurt him. He can lose and it can actually help build to his character. And this, I think we're all hoping for a heel turn. I don't think it's coming though. I think they see him too much as QB1. They see him too much as the person to carry the company on his back, as the face of the company, especially with someone like John Cena gone. So I think they need Cody as a babyface, even though the story needs Cody as a heel.
Yeah, I'd agree. I don't think there's enough baby faces around at the moment for him to turn heel. There's not enough. We have too many heels. The only other one that's up there is CM Punk on Raw. So CM Punk and Cody, two
Well, CM Punk's a heel, so he's a heel.
heel Punk. But yeah, I think that, like you say, now is an appropriate time for Cody's kind of go on a losing streak, because Cody's always better when he's chasing. Always better when he wants to go on the up, and that's when the fans will get behind him again. So yeah, I totally agree that now's the time for him to take a few L's. Because I always said I think Solo should have beat him at SummerSlam for the title back at that point, to really help build Solo and that kind of new bloodline at the time. And that, I think Roman Reigns and Solo stuff, I didn't like the way it ended. It just kind of petered out and it finished on
It didn't
Raw.
peter out. It just stopped.
Yeah, stop with that tribal chief thing on Raw, the first Raw on Netflix. It's like,
Yep.
yeah,
Because I think there are a number of ways to play it. I think the whole Cody and Jacob brawling is to establish, or to try and reestablish, Jacob as like the anti-hero, right? He's like, for lack of a better term, he's like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's like, I'll attack anybody, good or bad, if you've wronged me or if I perceived you to have wronged me. So they're trying to establish that. Cody Rhodes, the character, is the wrong person, but Cody Rhodes, the performer, is the right person.
I get you.
Because it's by having him go back and forth with Cody Rhodes, we're like, oh, we can't have him lose, but it's more, we can't have him lose yet. His loss, Cody's loss, is coming on Saturday, and it's either going to be one of two things. Either Cody and Jacob are going to eliminate each other in the Rumble match, or Cody is going to eliminate Jacob, but Cody will be the last man eliminated. I think Gunther's gonna chop him into another dimension.
Do you think Gunther's winning the? Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back to.
We're going to come back to the Rumble. We're actually going to
come
do
back to
a
the
show on the Rumble where we're going to give our predictions. So, so make sure you check out that episode. It's going to drop before the Rumble on Saturday. So hopefully the episode's going to come out Thursday or Friday. So yeah, definitely catch that.
Before we
Lee.
move on, one HR perspective, I would like to nominate Drew McIntyre for some sort of values award within WWE, because that brawl with out of control, there's no respect for security. Yeah, no respect for the security and the innocent people that were trying to break up that reckless fight.
Yeah,
Drew came up, put an end to it. Drew's been the MVP of employee relations this week. He took an unprovoked slap to the face. He was thrown out of the ring for merely going in to congratulate the winner, I'm sure. MVP.
Awesome. I love that.
So on the slap, I'm really annoyed. What I feel should have happened is he should have taken the slap and it not really affected him, and he just stood there and laughed at Sammy, because obviously the slap was because he mentioned Sammy's kid. So he should have taken the slap and just laughed and walked away. It's made him look a bit more sniveling heel, and Drew is not a sniveling heel. Drew is a dominant heel. And they're giving him the little bit of a sniveling heel kind of thing, and I don't like that. Drew should be the king of the castle forever, as far as I'm concerned, because he's the best.
Yeah. Okay. There was that little bit of a botch with Jacob off the top rope to the outside where he took out security, completely missed Cody, and Cody still dropped.
I saw what he was trying to do, and a man that size should not try something like that. You know, that's something that someone who feels bouncy should be doing, not him.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's touch on. We had a change of tag team champions on SmackDown. So if you remember this, we had the Wyatt Six versus MFT. Um, I haven't been a fan of the tag division on SmackDown recently because it was on fire from like the night before WrestleMania last year and before. Um, does this signal a good turn? The fact that MFT have got this? Do we see a domination with this faction now? Does Solo become a double champion, go after the US title, or does one of the others go? I haven't been too familiar with the MFT because of how rarely that I've managed to catch all the products. And it's one of those storylines that never highlighted that much in the programming. It's only when you watch the full show you appreciate MFT more. So who's going to talk to me about MFT, Wyatt Six, and where we're at with that?
Not great.
Not great.
The fact that none of us are jumping in to talk about it
It's
speaks
No,
volumes.
the thing is, I tell you what it is. Obviously, we are all WWE fans. We've all been WWE fans for a very, very, very long time. But this is literally just the Wyatt family versus this is the Wyatt family versus the Usos
Mm-hmm.
in a less. What did you call it, Timu? This is the Tesco's value Usos versus Wyatt family, right? And I say that it sounds disrespectful considering that everyone in both factions are freaking amazing,
Mm-hmm.
but no.
What happened to the Wyatt Six? They had the most incredible build up and debut. And it's like they just don't know how to use them.
Because they don't know how to use them. They never
They
knew.
ran out of ideas.
No.
Is it Road Dogg
No,
that's
here's
writing
the
for them?
problem is-
Because
No, here's the
Leave
problem.
Road Dogg alone.
It's not Road Dogg.
He was
Here's what
sad
I'm
about
saying,
his
right?
friend.
Nah, I'm
Mean.
going to be absolutely honest about this. WWE has never known, outside of one person, they have never known how to book the spooky people.
Mhm.
Other than The Undertaker. And even when it comes to The Undertaker, if he didn't debut when he debuted, when you know, a freaking the Repo Man could have been a thing, and the Brooklyn Brawler was a thing, and the Goon who dressed up like a hockey player was a thing.
Mhm.
If not for the time he debuted, The Undertaker he'd be Bray Wyatt. He wouldn't be in that zone, right?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
the WWE does not know how to package a spooky character, right? And they failed. They think of Bray Wyatt as a character, right?
Mhm.
Think of how good he was as as the swamp rat who was just this Louisiana cult leader, and then he moved on to something a little bit more creepy. Then he disappeared and he became the Fiend.
Mhm.
Right? It's like they always have this amazing debut, amazing aura, and then they're just like, oh, by the way, Randy Orton's gonna set you on fire while Alexa Bliss
It was before Randy.
dribbles.
It was before
black
Randy.
goo out of her mouth. Yeah,
It was Goldberg.
I'm so saying, right?
It was Goldberg who killed the Fiend, and it was absolutely
Oh, yes.
pointless.
But
They had done such a
Goldberg
great
didn't
job.
Kill the Fiend. It wasn't
he?
Goldberg. Do you know who it was?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
17 stomps killed the Fiend.
Oh, the Hell in a Cell match. But they stopped,
right?
Yeah.
Because the whole thing was red, right? And you could
Yes.
barely see what was going on. And I'm like,
See, I thought that match was
Don't
good
know
up
how-
until they stopped it.
see, the thing is,
Oh yeah, they stopped it and it was supposed to be a no DQ, right?
yeah, they stopped.
Yeah.
They stopped a no disqualification match.
No hold bars match.
Oh,
That's
no-
why it's worse.
Well,
With
that's
no
it.
hold
No
bars.
hold bars. No hold
In a
bars.
cell.
Stop it.
Did you miss all this, Lolly? Yeah, you weren't watching at this point. Right, okay.
This is
Oh,
all
look,
going
don't worry.
straight over my head. Basically, I stopped
Mhm.
watching it in 2002, I think it was, and I only picked it up again last year. So I'm just like, all right, okay, I'm getting a bit.
So
of
what do you
that.
make of the Wyatt Six
I-
then? Because you haven't had that
Yeah.
build up. What do you
Oh,
make
so
of
you've missed all of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, basically, I missed all of Bray Wyatt, and as somebody who kind of started watching this regularly from like June, July last year, there's just a few people that, as a new viewer, I'm just like, I could do without seeing them on the show, to be quite honest. And these guys are one of them. I literally just go and do some washing when they're on because I just find the whole thing really boring.
Yeah.
We are going to compile a list for you, Lolly. You've missed some moments that will make more sense.
Yeah. Culture, WrestleLamia. Just go watch all their videos. That's what I did.
If I could be controversial for a second,
Go for it.
the Wyatt Six is a faction of not very good wrestlers.
We got
Dexter
we got
Lumis?
Dexter Lumis.
Dexter's great in the ring.
He's great. Oh no.
He might be good.
Lee's right. Dexter Lumis, another creepy character. That weird shit he did where he would like come up real close to you and like the eyeball thing. His whole NXT thing, beautiful. I mean, the Marion Indy Hartwell thing was a bit wild, but for the most part, creepy character. Didn't know what to do with him. Joe Gacy was
He was sorry, Neil. Technically, he was more creepy as Dexter Lumis on his own than he is now.
Yeah, exactly.
Lolly did see Big Damo at the weekend, though.
I did see.
Yeah, he was in.
In fact, like he got quite close to me.
Harry Dean. Yeah, but WWE don't know what to do with them, and the Wyatt Six it's painful considering the Wyatt Six are supposed to be the legacy of Bray Wyatt.
The problem is the Wyatt Six, however much they absolutely should be, they are not a threat.
Yes.
And they should have rammed through the tag division very, very quickly, then moved on to other things. Put the titles on Gacy and Loomis, and then, as you just said, put the titles on everybody else in the thing. Put the US title on Big Red, and it could have been a real threat. It's like, nobody wants
catch
to
everyone
face
off
them.
guard because they decimated the back room. They had that big dramatic, and that's
They
really
killed Chad Gable.
yeah, exactly that.
They turned him into coffee.
Yeah, there could have been a lot more, but anyway, we spent far too long talking about a faction that we don't really care about.
Sorry about that.
Right, let's talk about Jade Cargill and Jordan Grace. I like the idea of a match. I'm just finding the interaction between the two of them weird. I don't
Wooden.
know how it just there doesn't seem to be a lot of passion behind it, and I think I don't know. I've never been a fan of Jade since she's been with WWE. She's never come across to me as someone who should be in this picture other than the big powerhouse. I like Raquel Rodriguez. I think is far better, with that kind of big powerhouse character. Jordan Grace, I saw more of it at TNA and stuff like that. I know she's a lot more present on social media. Very bit of a clash of personalities, but I don't know. There just doesn't seem to be the chemistry between them. And is it individuals or is it chemistry between them?
It's for me, yeah. This is like a packet of salt and shake crisps without the little blue packet. It needs that little blue packet of put it in the bag, mix
Going your age.
I love Jade Cargill. I'm in awe of Jade. And Jordan as well. I think they could put on a quality match for just missing that little bit of what's it the youngsters, because I did just show my Riz, is it Riz the youngsters say?
Riz.
Don't try. If you don't know, don't try, Lee. Honestly.
Riz is about trying to attract someone. That's about chapsing. That's not about So I would say, do you know what it is? Here's what the problem is. Both of them are great when they are facing someone who is sniveling. A sniveling heel works perfectly against either one of them because they don't have to have the personality. Like, this is the equivalent of like a big powerhouse going after the Miz, and the Miz trying to scheme his way out of anything, right? You have two big powerhouses who don't really have much personality, and the thing is, both of them do actually have personalities, just not with each other because they're basically the same person.
So
They're
for me,
a big powerhouse who don't really have to do much.
for me, it's like I think Jade is so much more capable on the mic and character-wise than what she's showing. Maybe she's being put in a box and she can't sort of do the things we've lost HR. Good.
I think she's head on is the app. How's that?
Now we
More
can
this.
say real shit.
I just have this whole thing that I feel like Jade could be an absolute monster, and maybe she's too nervous to talk and sort of go out of her shell, or they're not letting her for some reason. And everyone says that she's rubbish in the ring. I don't think she's rubbish in the ring. She plays perfect powerhouse.
Energy.
In the games they call them super heavyweights. I know she's not super heavyweight, but she plays that role of the bigger, more dominant character in the ring really well. I don't expect her to do stupid technical flippy. I don't expect her to be Io Sky. I expect her to beat the shit out of you. That's what I expect from her. And it'll be the same thing from Jordan Grace. I don't know enough about Jordan Grace, so I don't really have any insight on Jordan. But I really feel like Jade gets a bad rap, and I think she's so much more capable than she's been allowed to do.
Lonnie, you said you were a fan of Jordan Grace, didn't you? So what do you make of this feud?
So initially I was really excited about her going up against Jade because I really like Jade in the ring, and I think she's got like this great charisma about her. But like you say, the two of them just haven't quite hit the ground running together. And I do wonder if it's just a little bit mismatched, because actually now that Natalia's character is going to be more what her character is on the independent scene, I think that's going to be a much more interesting matchup between her and Jordan Grace, rather than Jordan Grace versus Jade Cargill. So that's the kind of I'm waiting for that story to happen now, unfortunately, and that's really unfair on Jade because she is like such a formidable, and she looks incredible. That I just think I don't know where it's going to go now, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Well, we'll see. No, has a match been announced between them two? Nothing's official yet, is it? Because she challenged her to fight that night, and Jay's like, no.
Well, we haven't got a really big pay-per-view coming up for them to perform on, so why would there be a match announced?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't one or both of the women's titles be on probably in WWE's eyes, the third biggest pay-per-view of the year? It's annoying me that neither of those women's titles are on.
Because of the location of the event. Yeah.
Oh God, I keep forgetting it's in flipping Saudi.
And that's why there's not a singles women's match on there. So
Is there not?
Did they not say that there's potentially going to be a UK PLE this year? Are they going to maybe save it? I don't know when that would potentially be. I think it's
it.
but maybe it's for that.
We had
WrestleMania. It's not in Vegas. It's going to be in London.
I think
so far we've had SummerSlam, we've had Clash in the Castle, we've had Money in the Bank.
Oh, and you mean SummerSlam 1992?
I do.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Just checking there wasn't what I
I
missed.
do. When somebody's favorite wrestler and Bret Hart were in a match. But no, like the thing is, I think what it really boils down to, I know this is kind of sliding off subject, but I will get back to it, is WWE are their Royal Rumble and WrestleMania being in Saudi is basically just to provide enough capital for WWE to really branch out. I'm pretty sure the next WrestleMania that's not in America, so maybe 2029, will probably be in London.
I reckon
Next
they'll have
one-
to go back home because
So it'll be Vegas,
right.
Saudi, America, then probably London.
I'm probably going to go to Saudi though for Mania because I have a mate that lives in Saudi, and
much
one of my
more
mates has gone over there now to go watch the Rumble. So he flew over there for 270 quid return, and it's like 150 quid for tickets. And they're like they're not on the floor, but they're right near the front.
Yeah, it's like ringside tickets, because even the ones further back are like 20 quid or something like that.
Yeah, they're between 15 and 20 quid for the back. Yeah, it's crazy. Right, Right. So what are we going to talk about next? We had Carmelo Hayes defeating Ilya Dragunov. Again, really good match between those two. That was solid. And everything else was SmackDown. Nathan Frazier beat Johnny Gargano. He's kind of out on his own now because his mate has left. And then we had, is it Julia or Gulia? Julia, right?
Julia Gulia.
That's it.
Julia Gulia.
It's Julia. Her name is Julia.
Hands up if you understood that reference.
They want.
None of you got that reference.
What's that? Gulia.
Julia Gulia.
That's in a
Come on, Neil.
movie. That's in a movie.
Julia.
It is in a movie.
Julia
That is in
Gulia.
The Wedding Singer.
Yes. Oh.
God, you're all terrible, especially you, Neil. I'm disappointed.
Kiana James, they won the triple threat tag team match. That makes them number one contenders, right? No?
Mhm.
So that's against Rhea and Io because they defended their titles against Roxy and Liv on Saturday Night Main Event. Again, which I thought was a really good match. Comments on that tag team match?
I like the fact that exactly what I said took place literally 2 days later. What I said to you on the live stream, Ken,
Mhm.
and I was like, 6-person tag coming.
To be fair,
Yeah.
the women's tag division is fire at the moment.
Awesome.
So I have nothing to complain about. Especially the way Rhea folded Liv in half. I mean, Jesus Christ. She knows what she's doing.
Absolutely, she does. Lolly, what did you think of the tag match?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good one because I feel like, obviously, it's been on. This feud's been building on and off for a while now, and sometimes when they take a little while to build up and get into the ring, it can be a little bit disappointing. But I thoroughly enjoyed that match, and I think, like you say, I don't want to get on the bad side of Rhea any time soon, to be quite honest. So.
Neil does.
Right, let's move on to let's talk about AJ Styles. So AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, that was announced on the SmackDown for Saturday Night Main Event, and what a great match that was. It was technical, it was brutal, just entertaining from start to finish. There's lots of references which Neil was educating me through the live stream, and why Cole did eventually kind of tell us, but I was like, oh, why is he wearing a mask? And I was like, I will tell you why he's wearing a mask. And, he's like, oh, and it's 10 years to the day. And then obviously everything he said, then Michael Cole's repeating afterwards. Yeah, it was a great match. And it kind of shows to me that how Shinsuke was handled in WWE has been poor. He could have and should have been doing so much more. They did give him that final push when he came back on the US Championship, where he kind of changed into the heel version of him. But I think he had a family bereavement, took some time off, and he's come back. And I don't know if they don't know what to do with him because I think of the language barrier, and I think that's probably the main thing. But as a wrestler, he is just amazing. So yeah, thoughts on that match?
It's fantastic.
Mhm.
I'm glad that I finally got to see them have the match that they can pull off live.
Yeah.
Because anytime I've seen them have a proper go about it, obviously, like, I've seen their matches in WWE, but their New Japan stuff, it was all backdated. I was all just having to look for it and watch it. So seeing it live, damn.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I didn't realize they finished the match in the same way as the last one with the fist bumps.
Yeah.
Because actually I shared a video on a WhatsApp group of the New Japan match, and to see it was just as brutal, but obviously they were younger and a little bit more able. They're probably a little bit more aggressive then, but to see the similarities and the storytelling is very similar throughout was brilliant.
Yeah.
What did you make of that match, Lolly? Because you probably haven't seen that much of Shinsuke.
No, I haven't. And I haven't really seen that much of AJ Styles either. So for me, it was a great match. And I feel really sad that I basically missed the majority of that man's career now. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was phenomenal. I was like, like sometimes you get distracted on your phone or whatever. I was like locked in on that match. It was absolutely brilliant. And so yeah, I'm very sad that potentially I've only seen probably about 3 or 4 months of
Yeah.
him now.
Yeah.
The
Your list is coming.
the thing between AJ and Shinsuke is chemistry. They just know what each other are going to do. They know what one thing leads into another. I bet they didn't even need to talk about the match in the build up to it. They just went out and put on a banger. And I remember when it was announced, I'm just like, yes, this is going to be brilliant. And you know, it was so good as well because it was more methodical. It wasn't a spot fest, you know, like some of the like the Cena AJ match was a spot fest. It wasn't like that. It was a proper fight. And you know, it was going after and doing what, you know, Shinsuke goes after the leg and all that kind of stuff, and it's just so brilliantly played and really nicely paced. It wasn't crazy, it wasn't slow and horrible. It had a great pace the whole way through it, and it told their story, which is we are two grizzled vets who know each other really well and know how to hurt each other, but respect each other in the end. And Shinsuke didn't kick AJ in the balls. So
This is what that WrestleMania match should have been.
absolutely.
Definitely that. Absolutely. I mentioned that on the live stream as well. The last time I remember them fighting was they just kept kicking each other in the balls each week, and it was just ridiculous.
Lolly, for your reference, in 2018, Shinsuke Nakamura won the Royal Rumble, picked AJ, and they had 3 bad matches, really badly built, which all revolved around Shinsuke kicking AJ in the nuts.
Yes. Yeah. 1,000 Vince booking that one.
Yep.
Right. So that's pretty much covered Saturday night main event. So let's talk about AJ's journey then onto Raw. So up until Monday, I was like, I don't, you know, I can see something happening on Royal Rumble where AJ, you know, is still around. Being booked a match Saturday night main event against Shinsuke, then having a World Heavyweight Championship match on Monday Night Raw. Have we been watching the AJ retirement run without even knowing it? 2025, he won the tag team championships. You know, he had a banger of a match with Cena. He's had his match with Shinsuke. He's had a match with Punk for the title. We can talk about the Rumble because it's kind of the match that's inevitable. But he had a match with CM Punk. It was a kind of no finish, which kind of protects AJ from that point of view. So he obviously doesn't lose going into the Rumble, and then for being, I've just lost this, how can I beat Gunther, with Finn Balor coming in. So Finn Balor making the decision, the title is more important than my legacy. So yeah, AJ, is he going? Is that it?
I think so. I think it is a secret retirement tour, which I much prefer over the whole John Cena, you know, pomp and ceremony that went on for God knows how long, about 5 years it seemed. So I think that's the proper way of seeing your career out.
Okay.
I think Cena's a special case. I think Cena deserved that time. You know, and again, as someone who missed the majority of Cena's career, me, I still think it was worth it for John, because he didn't get to go. Because lots of people who go out in his position end up going out on an injury, and he didn't have to go out on an injury, and he got to do it his way, and still got to go. But anyway, with AJ, apparently, if the rumors are right, his contract's up in February. I mean, listen, he could probably get them to, he could probably have a conversation with them to extend it for another 9 months, but maybe he doesn't want to.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to. I mean, I thought he was going to have a run in TNA, and so that's why I thought maybe they might focus on, you know, you have to retire from WWE or your career with WWE ends, and be a little bit more specific. Because saying your career ends, that means you don't really go anywhere else. But maybe his time is done, and maybe he's feeling it. You know.
I mean,
The first time ever, like a couple of weeks ago on Raw, he missed his phenomenal forearm. You know, he fell on the ropes, and he's like probably thinking, you know what, it is time. So some spoilers potentially is Shinsuke did put a post out onto social media, apparently claiming that AJ has told him that he's retiring at the Rumble because it'll be 10 years to the month that he's been with WWE.
He debuted in the
Yeah.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah. So yeah, and I think with that match on Raw, that kind of confirmed it for me. Right, let's talk about the vision. So Adam Pearce has come out and he's like, okay, Braun, that's fine. You can come back and you're in the Rumble and you're in the Rumble, you're in the Rumble, you're in the Rumble, everybody's in the Rumble. And to offset that, he put Theory in a match with Rey Mysterio. It's like, okay. It seems really weird what's going on there. We still don't know the phone call, who's maybe the mastermind, the puppet behind, because we got another phone call, Adam Pearce, who was like, I'm handling it. And then Finn comes and says, I want to be in the Rumble. He's like, it's full. It's like, bro, you just went out and started handed all these places out to the Royal Rumble. And now you just say, oh no, you should come to me sooner. It's full. It's like you were desperate to fill this thing. So Finn's now not in the Rumble, which is why it's put him in the place where he attacks CM Punk. Finn must be the filler for Punk now over the next few months leading into WrestleMania now, right? So that's the side quest that Punk needs to navigate just to see him through to WrestleMania. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Neil's deep in thought. Alex, anything?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I want Finn as champion. I think he was so done dirty by the injury when he won the Universal title the first time, and then to not have had this is the closest he's been to to an actual title match, apart from recently with Seth. But he was never going to win that because of the position Seth was in, and he's not going to win this because of the position CM Punk is in. It's a shame because Finn is freaking awesome on the mic, in the ring. He can do any style. And yeah, it's a shame, but yeah, it looks like Finn's going to keep going at him. They'll probably have one more singles match and maybe a stipulation match.
Yeah, probably
and
an elimination chamber or something like that.
And Finn's not going to win any of them. And
he's going to leave Judgment Day because it was all starting to be a bit fast and furious with Liv Morgan going on about we're family, that kind of thing. So I don't know whether. I mean, I think he would be better if he left Judgment Day.
Do we want face Finn or heel Finn?
Yes, I want face Finn.
Right,
Oh no!
Or do we want the tweets back?
I want to. Well, hey, don't tease me with things like that.
I know what you like, Neil.
Can you bring the Bullet Club back?
Do you have any ideas? Look, most of the Bullet Club are in WWE. Just reform them.
But they can't have the Bullet Club, can they? Because
you don't need.
Yeah.
I think I know who might have been the person on the other end of that phone call.
Ooh, okay.
What, to Pierce?
Yeah.
Go on.
Is it The Rock?
No.
Go on then.
You showed me an image of this person during the live stream.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, me and Lolly here going come
Live stream. So,
mate.
Oh, so
Amy's hat. He's on the active roster.
yes, I did a whole video about that.
Yes. He could be the man, but a man at the end of the phone, the man back in charge.
I would love Shane O'Mac to come back. I love Shane McMahon so much.
Wow.
Do his legs work?
Who cares?
I mean, it's Shane.
So F's like to Triple H, just like my
Well, that
brother.
was the last time we saw him, wasn't it? Was when he tried to jump over the Miz and pop both of his knees. And Snoop Dogg had to put an elbow. Snoop Dogg put a people's elbow on the Miz.
That's a McMahon problem. Is bad hamstrings.
Yeah, it's genetic.
Quads.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But yeah, it's
Have you seen that? Have you seen that one, Ollie, where Vince blows both his quads out? So Royal Rumble, Cena and Batista both went out the ring at the exact same time. Wasn't supposed to happen.
Unscripted.
Vince stormed down to the ring, went to slide into the ring, and blew both his quads out. And is sat on the floor in the ring, shouting at everyone in the ring, telling them what to do. He then got rolled out, still walked back, like because he refused to be carried out. And then they finished the match, and Batista won the Rumble.
Yeah, you need to go back and watch that Rumble. That's hilarious.
Oh, like I said, you got some stock to see.
I know. Yeah, I know. It took about 20 years, whereas I'm like, where else do you start with
Where
that?
did it start? Yeah.
I mean, put it this way: Netflix
No, go on, Neil.
Netflix have freaking butchered the library, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that's missing.
The
Of what is there, there's some stuff.
network was great, and when I came back, I went through a lot of the network. I watched a lot of the videos that were around on YouTube of history stuff, and I watched a lot of the network too, because I was like, I've got holes, and people talk about things, and whenever I heard anyone mentioned, I went back and watched every single one of CM Punk's promos. I still don't like the guy, you know.
Act.
Yeah, well,
Right. So what were we talking about? I don't know what we were talking about in the led up to the conversation. Let's talk about we'll talk about Finn and stuff, right? So yeah. Okay. Then we had the 3-on-3 tag team match. Io Sky, Rhea, and Stephanie Vacchia. And then we had Liv, Roxy, and Rachel Rodriguez. 3-on-3. Baby faces right over
Rachel.
Raquel Rodriguez. Did I say Rachel?
it wouldn't be this show if Kenan wasn't getting names wrong.
I Lara Valkyria to be Monster Lover.
And Shayna Baszler. You see,
Suga Baszler. Yes. Raquel, the baby faces went over quite easy on this one. We know all of them are going to be in the Rumble. However, then Stephanie Vacchia went to Piers and was like, I want a title match. He's like, it's going to be next week on Raw. So it kind of tells me, okay, you don't plan for this person to win the Rumble if you're going to give them a title match the week after on Raw. Seems a very strange decision to book that then, as opposed to maybe on the night saying we're going to do this now. So who wins this title match? I mean, I would have
Raquel, please, I'm bored. Stephanie.
I would have had Raquel win, but then where does that leave Stephanie leading up to WrestleMania? Because
It leaves
Her-
the Elimination Chamber.
well, that's what I was thinking, because you can put in the Elimination Chamber if she's going to go for the title and maybe try and get that rematch, because there's no rematch clauses in WWE anymore.
Yeah.
But I think having Raquel hold the title through to WrestleMania is far more interesting than
Yeah.
Stephanie.
They
mean-
love. Sorry, Neil. Go on.
Okay, thank you. I mean, what I probably do it the other way around. We had the Stephanie Vacchia experiment basically, and it's not actually working. She's not as amazing or not as over as she probably should be. When she came in and she was NXT, she was gold dust. And when she first arrived on the main roster, she was basically the female Penta, and it was just love.
Yeah.
But that star has kind of dwindled a bit now, and I don't know if they know how to get it back. And the fact that we now are in this position where you've got we're in a position where we have the likes of everybody's waiting for Liv Morgan to go back to her singles run, and then there's what's going to happen with Liv, what's going to happen with Roxanne, what's going to happen with Raquel. You've got, okay, yes, Jade Cargill's a champion on her own front, and you've got what's her name, who she's going to face, Jordan Grace, and you've got the likes of reinvented Natalia Hart, right? We're in this position where we've got so many really, really good women.
Women's division is
And
stacked.
and remember, we're missing people, right?
Bianca.
Bianca is not there yet, right? And it's what happens.
Tiffy time as well.
Tiffany Stratton. What happens when Io and Rhea are no longer a tag team, right? There's so many things. What happens when Alexa Bliss is a solo act again? There are so many superstars, and I think Stephanie Vacchia is just. She was hot for a minute and now she's not. So what I would probably have happen is have her win the title match. Elimination Chamber, have Raquel in there, have Raquel do what Shayna Baszler did and batter the living hell out of every single lady in that thing.
As long as they do something with her afterwards, what they didn't
And
do
then
with Shayna.
have her win at Mania.
Okay.
You have her win at Mania, and you know what? You have her win at Mania like she would win easily. You have it that she's clearly dominating the match, but then you have Liv or Roxanne interfere to give her the win, and now it's a questionable title. Now it's a questionable championship. You didn't win by yourself, and that leads into the descent, and maybe she leaves the Judgment Day and goes on to be a solo.
Stop trying to break up the Judgment Day.
Well,
I like the Judgment Day.
I'm trying to
I
bust
think
them
it's the only
apart.
one.
yeah, but okay, so why not just have
I
Stephanie
like
lose
it.
and have Raquel win the championship and then have Liv win the Royal Rumble and then she turns on her to face her at Mania?
I do
Yeah.
think that she's going to
I
turn on
think
Liv.
I think it's too quick. It's too quick a period of time because there's no descent, because remember, because of the fact that Roxanne is the tag team partner of Liv in that little mix up,
Mhm.
because that's the tag team partner, there's no descent between Raquel and Liv.
Mhm.
Remember, Raquel
Apart from
has
jealousy.
been Liv's, but Raquel has been Liv's day one.
Mhm.
She's the one who, when Liv got hurt, she's the one who was like, or when she's the one like, if I see you, Dom, if I see you messing with this little Roxanne girl, it's problems.
Yeah, but I
She
think
was the
that's
one
it.
who's holding them
I
down.
think she outgrows Liv because she
Yeah,
then becomes
all the
outgrows her. Dom comes back to support Liv, and then Roxy goes off as the side for Raquel.
but it's what
So
you need. But the thing to have that, to me personally, obviously it's just my personal opinion, but for me, having Raquel win on a random Raw, the Raw after Rumble, doesn't mean as much. Yeah, okay, you're jealous because you're only won a title.
or WrestleMania. and it
Yeah,
was
but I'm
huge.
like, yes, but that led to that monumental match of that triple threat. Her winning it when she did, there was already a great match waiting in the wings.
Mhm. But
I think
the trouble is Stephanie Vaquer can't build up to a main event WrestleMania match. She hasn't got the mic skills to deliver the promo.
but it's not for her. But the thing is, she would only have to build up to it post Elimination Chamber, because she's gonna be the person who doesn't get selected by the Royal Rumble winner,
I still don't think it's
right? And by having
Liv becoming
but that's the thing.
of Raquel and going after her and her turning on Raquel, not Raquel turning on Liv, but Liv
Yeah.
turning.
But the only way Liv turning on Raquel is monumental is, if like you say, she wins, if Raquel wins the title, Liv has to turn on her at Mania. That's the only way that works, because you need it to be a moment. The Judgment Day, whether I like them or
It's up
not.
that she's going to go for the other championship, right? So she says up that she's going to go for the other title, and then she blindsides her and attacks her and is like, "No, I'm coming for you. You've taken the Judgment Day away from me. You've taken this away from me. Whatever it is." But you have her turn that way, so you have the build up. So if Liv wins the Rumble, you have another whole month before Elimination Chamber. Liv can be making out she's going to go for the other championship. When Elimination Chamber is finished, she can then turn on Raquel and say, "No, I'm coming after you." So, but it's a thought, because then I'm thinking have Bianca win Elimination Chamber and she can face Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. Anyway, is there anything else that we're going to talk about from Raw, SmackDown, Saturday night main event? I think we've covered pretty much everything, right? The other thing we have is new tag team champion contenders.
I was just about to say we forgot about that. That was great fun match. I really enjoyed that match.
This was a really fun match. I'm surprised. So we have Alpha Academy. I guess we all presumed it was going to be New Day or maybe Los Americanos, but yeah, our number one contenders are Alpha Academy. Thoughts?
They kind of remind me of Too Cool a little bit.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
all right, reference. Yep.
Yeah, no, that was great fun. I mean, and this is the whole thing: is Tozawa is madness in the ring, like proper madness, and the guy knows what he's doing. And you had Corey kind of mentioning to it that he did so much stuff in Japan. He was like super well known in Japan, like a big star. He was a much bigger guy as well. In New Japan, he trimmed it all off. Yeah, and he trimmed it all off and now moves around like an absolute madman. And I just love Otis. He just makes me laugh, just makes me smile. You know, as Simon Miller says, goofy wrestling for life, and I love it. And it was great to see. Interesting that they said that Jay wasn't there because he's got some personal problems. That is worrying considering the situation he's in at home. But let's just hope that it's some other things that's easily dealt with. But yeah, so that'll be when's that match? I'm assuming that's on Raw next week.
Hasn't been officially announced, but I'm imagining it's probably going to be on that Raw, unless I can't unless it's going to be a Saturday night main event, because I imagine there's going to be one in February at some point. So.
And a shout out to the New Day's outfits as they came to the ring with the massive veils, and it was a little bit Black Panther-y. Gave me that kind of vibe. Looked very, very cool, and the kind of shape that Grayson Waller has got himself in, considering what he used to look like. How could you not see he now just has his abs?
He just annoys me. So I don't look at him.
I like Grayson Waller. I think he's my favorite type of heel. He is just an absolute dick to absolutely everybody, whether it's on camera or not. And he lives the gimmick, and I love it. And I think he's hilarious, and he cracks me up. I'm waiting for some form of mention to Austin Theory, because I think that's quite funny, and there should be like a passing between those two.
Right.
The LD Justin Timberlake.
The what?
Oldie Justin Timberlake.
Nice.
Like it.
Right. Well, that wraps up our Raw SmackDown and Saturday night main event review from the last week. Lolly, Alex, Neil, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Alex, where can we find you and what are you up to?
Not up to much at the moment. TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I'm probably not going to be doing much racing next year. Unfortunately, that's a bit sad, but I'm going to find some other stuff to do. Might try and find to do some more commentary gigs, but But YouTube and Instagram is where you can find me posting random stuff about random things.
Okay, cool. And Lolly, where can we find you?
You can find me on TikTok. I put my little handle there, if you can see. Oh, is it there? Wherever it's gone. I always get that. Oh. It's like a mime act now. You can find me on TikTok. I try to post at least 3 or 4 times a week. At the moment, I managed to do it every day this week, but I can't promise that's going to be every week.
All right. So Lolly, it's a Lolly Holland on TikTok. And Neil, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram or on TikTok. I looked for Neil the Real Deal. Real as in film, real. R and 2 E's with an L, and you will find me. I am currently, it seems very much like I'm taking a big break because I haven't really reviewed any films or anything recently. I have a lot of stuff going on. I will be coming up with something pretty big, but you'll find me on those platforms.
Okay.
And
Watch this space.
things will come to fruition soon.
All right. Awesome. And for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe and hit that bell to get notified. And if you listen to the audio version of this podcast, thank you very much. Make sure you hit that follow and leave us a review. We'd appreciate it. And as always, leave your comments. Let us know your thoughts and opinions. What happened on Raw, SmackDown, Saturday Night Main Event. Are we intelligent people talking about WWE wrestling? Have we got zero clue? Let us know your thoughts and feelings. If you're into movies, you can also catch my other podcast, which is Creative Control. Again, we're on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. We'll be dropping a new episode this week where it's been a long time editing, so there's a lot of New Year references because we recorded it a few weeks ago, but it's the top 10 movies of 1992. So for those of you who don't know, yeah, sorry, bro. So basically, we do retrospective look backs. We start with 1980, and we give our top 10 movies of every year. So as a collective, we do like a draft pick, so we can nominate to create a list, and then we go into a voting system at the end. So you'll find some obviously well-known films, but there'll be a few gems you've never even heard about, and it's a real kind of film education. So yeah, we're up to 92, and we're hopefully recording 93 in the next week or so. So that'll be coming soon. And I think that's about it. So the last thing I can say is make sure you check out our Royal Rumble predictions video, where we will get everything right and nail it. Great cameo there. And that's it. So until next time, thank you very much, everyone, and peace out.